Hey guys, it's Miranda here at Sunshine and Grace, where I make beautiful things for life sown in sunshine and grown in grace. Today we are making scrappy tickets using our Beebeecraft stamps from the other day that I got, and some of the Beebeecraft papers. Look how gorgeous these are, you guys. This is some of the Beebeecraft papers, and we're going to be using a few scrap coffee dyed papers too to make some. So this is pretty easy. You're also going to need a small, this is like a 3/4, maybe less of an inch hole punch. Obviously you're needing your rubber stamps. Any kind will do. I'm just using the Beebeecraft ones because that's what I've got, and I've been excited to play with them, and I may have spent all day yesterday doing this, and I'm back for the second round. So here we go. And you're going to need some acrylic blocks. If you do not have acrylic blocks to use for your stamps, you can use the top of your ink pad. It does work. It's a little harder to see what you're doing, but it does work. Okay, and you're going to need some scissors for cutting. I think that's everything. Are we ready to do this? You guys, look at these for a second though. I mean, seriously, like this stamp right here, I think ended up being my favorite. These tickets. These are so cute, and I cannot wait to write scripture verses on them. So I'm going to be making a bunch more of these. I'm actually going to devote whole sheets of coffee dyed paper to that because I think that is the coolest thing ever. I just think it looks so pretty, and it looks like perfect for Happy Mail and tucking in journals. Also loved this, where I took a sheet of like a strip and didn't cut it and folded it and made a whole like string of them. I thought that was really cool. Here's a big one. I'm showing you the coffee dyed ones first because they're cool. Look at the coffee dyed paper. I love it. Okay. It's very grungy, but it's very me. I'm loving all of them. And then you have these. These are the Beebeecraft papers. Very thick, very nice. Sending hugs and kisses. I like the way that one turned out. Thinking of you. Again, it's got a crispness. It's not like the cheaper printed papers. We're going to skip that one because my hand shook. Hoping your day is full of sparkle. I love that. I did a bunch of these, see, on the coffee dyed too. And I found another stamp that matched on different papers or different stamp sets. So I could fill that out really well. I think that turned out really cute. And again, I think that would be perfect in Happy Mail and stuff. Okay, so there's some of the things we're going to be making. We may not get to all of these stamps today in the video, but I'm going to flip through some of them so you get an idea of what all's available. Because these stamps are absolutely awesome, you guys. I am not joking. They are very, very good stamps. Okay, I'm going to put these away into my little stamp or ticket box. Because that's where they go. And if I don't, I'll get them all mixed up. So I picked out 3 that did not have a lot going on in the background. Because I do think that the swirly pattern here, that was a little bit of, made it a little too busy. Whereas like the polka dot that was simpler, this polka dot, those turned out better. They were just easier to see and to look at. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of the strip things like I showed you where I had folded the paper to make like a chain. We're going to do the skinniest ones that way. And then the thicker ones we're going to cut apart, okay? All right, here we go. So we're going to take this, and we're just going to lay it down. And we're going to pick out the stamp we want to use. In this case, I'm thinking it would actually look pretty to use 3 separate stamps that are about the same size. So I'm going to put one as like the main stamp image. And I'm going for bold, but not super bold because there is a bit of a pattern happening there. Guys will have to excuse me. I know I am so far behind today on filming this. Kind of like that butterfly. I think it's too big. I meant to have this out at like 6 a.m. And yeah, that didn't happen. I got very tired last night and just went to bed. And then, well, kind of like that. That would be cute. Let's pull that one off. Let's do maybe this butterfly. And what else would fit? do thanks ever so much. Because what I'm thinking these would be cute for is to stick into Happy Mail. Okay. Now, we're going to start with the butterfly. We're going to lay that down. We could probably, I don't know, that may not work. It's a little small. The idea is to kind of keep them about the same size so you can split the paper into thirds. Although we could maybe, I don't know, I'm just really liking that bow. I don't even know where the bow went. Oh, on the back side. And you can see what I'm doing is just laying the stamp down to kind of get an idea of where it's going to go. Okay, we're going to do the bow and the butterfly together. Okay, so like that. So we take our pieces off, we pick our paper up. I know that looks a little fiddly because I'm trying to show you guys it doesn't take me that long once I get in the rhythm. And I fold my stamp or my sheet of paper into approximately thirds. It doesn't have to be exact, just close. Then you're going to take your hole punch. You're going to put your, it's folded so it's thick. You've got three layers there. You're going to slide that up in there until it looks like a piece of pie, somewhat, and you're going to pop it. This is the quickest way I found to do these. And it works every single time. Okay. Voila, you have 3 tickets. So cute. So simple. Okay, now let's grab our small stamping block, because that's all we're going to need. We're going to get our Stays On ink. Gotta take a sniff, because it smells like a Mark-a-Lot marker, and I miss those. I don't know when they decided to do away with them, but they should not have. Okay, let's see. It goes this way. Thanks ever so much. I like that. I actually tell people that all the time. I'm like, thank you so much, or ever so much. Okay, this one's going to be the middle, so we're going to just stamp it off first. And you just stamp it like that. Ta-da! Lay that into the side. Grab your butterfly, because you want it to be the front. Ink it. Maybe a little more ink. And press. Voila! So cute. I am not joking, you guys. This is absolutely adorable. Okay, we've got the butterfly and the bow tie. So we're going to place them together, make sure they'll both fit, and then ink. And because I think they're cute, but I don't want them to be straight, we're going to do it that way. And you can't tell what the butterfly was, because I stamped it upside down. Oh my lands, you guys. Seriously? That is what happens. We'll have to lay something over that because that's a major blueberry. I literally stamped it upside down. I stuck it on upside down. Go figure. Okay. I'll fix that later. Well, y'all saw me make the biggest mistake ever, but we'll just do this, okay? We'll tear that ticket off. There, you have 2. Thanks ever so much. And isn't that cute, you guys? Seriously, that would look adorable tucked in a pocket. All right. Ignore that. I messed that up so bad. I cannot believe I did that. I can't believe I just slapped that sucker on there upside down. We're going to do one more of these. This time we're going to try to get it right. Do it the right way. So remember, fold it into thirds. The same technique works if you just want to stamp 3 in a row of the same thing. But I wanted to do a couple of the little foldables because I think they look cute. And then when you've got it straight, or somewhat straight, pop the corners. That hit me in the eye. Well, the glasses. I have glasses on so I can see why I'm stamping. Okay, you can see there's a little overhang there, so I'm just going to kiss that off of there. And then pop it, because that would have been way too weird. Okay, and there we have it. Beautiful little tickets. Okay, we're going to do this one first this time to make sure we get it right. Okay. I want to turn it like that. I want that butterfly turned more like that. Nope, I do want it sideways. Maybe I'll leave the bow straight. Like that, yeah. That's what it should have looked like. I can't believe I did that. I'm like, wow, that was like the dorkiest move ever. Leave it to me, guys. Leave it to me. I am not a professional. I just play one on TV and enjoy that. So, even that, I will find a use for that. I'll stick a flower over that or something. Thanks ever so much. There we go. Put that one back because we're done with it. And now we get our pretty butterfly for the front. And stamp. And voila. So cute. And that was pretty simple, you guys. And very, very pretty. All right, there we go. Okay, now we're going to do what I normally do, which is I fold it the same way, or eyeball fold, because I'm going to cut it. But this doesn't actually have to be creased, and it doesn't have to be exact. You just want to kind of get light lines so you know where to stamp. And you're still going to go ahead and punch it. Never mind. You do crease it. See, I worked this out yesterday, how to do this the quickest way possible. And now I've done forgot. Okay, you do that. You still cut your corners, just like we did for the chain one. But then instead, we're going to do and tear it apart like we did that one. After we stamp it, because you want to stamp it as a whole. But we're going to do the same stamp 3 times. Okay, so let's see. We got this ticket. I don't know, that might be a little busy for that pattern. Let's find something a little less busy. What about Best Wishes? I like it. Okay, if you have a stamp that's a little too big to go, like, it will fit, but it's hard to get it lined up. You can also turn it catty-cornered on these square blocks and get away with it. Gives you a little more length. That's easier to see what you've done. Okay, there it is. Ink it. And probably should have measured to make sure that was going to fit. It'll be fine. Stamp. Best Wishes. It barely fits. Does fit though. We're good. I think I went off a little bit. That's okay too. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. These are handmade and they're cute for the fact that they're handmade. Okay, now we got those 3 stamped. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find our crease, rip it, and then that gives you that authentic torn ticket look, which is kind of cute too. Okay, 3 tickets done. Put those away. Now we're going to work with this. Same process, fold it into thirds. This works with the strips. It does not work if you have just like a single rectangle of paper. But when I do these, I actually like to use up the strips this way. So I'm going to sneeze here in a second. Ooh, you know that tickle on your nose? Yep, got that big time. So how is everyone? Hopefully you guys are doing great. I'm doing good. Just, I was tired yesterday. This whole boot thing that I'm walking around in wears me out. The thing weighs like 5 or 6 pounds or something like that. It's heavy on my leg. I'm not going to lie. It is. It's heavy. It's heavy to drag it around. Well, this one fits. Yes. I used this one once yesterday and really liked it. I thought it was kind of cute. So again, it's kind of a long one, so I'm going to put it catty-cornered. so that it fits good. And then I'm just going to ink that bad boy up. And stamp. See, isn't that cute? Welcome to London. Oh no, these were off of the label stamps, and I really liked them. It's the sheet. We're going to use these on the plain papers too, the ones that were coffee dyed. Because that was what I actually got that set for, was to use on coffee dyed paper to make fake tickets. Alright, there we go. We got 3 of them. I'm going to put that away. And again, we just crease our paper. I do usually crease it in the beginning when I fold it. I just forgot this time. And then rip it. If you have one of them rolling tools, I do have one of those. They're called a seam marker or something from sewing. One of these bad boys. You can do that with that if you get a scoring board out. But I'm not going to fool with getting my scoring board out just to score it when I can just tear it and it looks just as good. Maybe not perfect, but it still works. Okay. So, we're back to this. And I want to use a bigger stamp this time. So, I'm only going to be able to get 2 off of that. And because our paper is getting a little wider. So, we can get away with a little bit more. We can put something bigger on there. There's, won't fit yet. Barely. Too big. Still too big. I'm not that good of a stamper. How about that big butterfly? I like that. I haven't used this one yet. If anybody's got any tips, tricks, or how to keep your rubber stamps on the plastic and not just like falling off all over, that one's not big enough, so we're going to move to the bigger one. Not falling all over the place. I would love to hear those tips in the comments, please. Because nothing aggravates me more than when my stamps start falling off and then they get mixed up. And I forget exactly what they look like because they're not in the right spot on the right sheet. And, alright, just stamp that little puppy down. Ooh, guys, I'm loving that. Okay, another one. Just going to come over to the other end of the stamp or the paper, push it on. I'm trying to keep you guys in frame, but I keep moving you back and forth across the table, so now I can't remember where the frame is. I'm going to use that one again. I really like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half and just eyeball where we want to cut it. We'll have a little scrap. And we just take our corner paper punches and punch our corners. 2 more stamps done. Okay. I'm going to work with this. We haven't used any of this yet. This is a wave. That wave messes with me, man. It's trippy. It's trippy. Okay. Let's stamp. That is such a pretty stamp, though. Isn't it? I mean, like, it's just got a good look to it. There we go. I think we're done with that one. Put it away. I don't know where it came from. Oh, there it is. I guess I moved a bunch of the stamps around. Okay. Again, fold it in half. This one's further over, so we're going to look at it when we cut it, line them up, pop your corners. And put them away. Yes, I am loving these. Okay. We've got one more long one. And then I'm going to show you a way to do, like, where these are wider, you can do them the other direction and cut them apart. So that way you can get something that's like tall and skinny. And it makes a tall ticket. And then we're also going to use that on some of them. I keep wanting to use that flower there. I think that's what we're going to do. I don't really know why I keep wanting to use it, but I keep going back to it. I'm like feeling it for some reason today. Make sure it's the right direction, woman. We're going to kind of stamp it kind of like that. I'm just going to press it on there. All right. Ink it. I think it's good. I should be able to get it on there 3 times, I think. And yes, I know I do not fold when I'm doing it. Like, I don't know for sure that I'm going to be able to get a third one on. Or like with the 2, I just fold it afterwards. Because I just go to either side. On this, I was wanting to try and get 3, but I wasn't sure. So I didn't want to fold it ahead of time. Okay, but it worked. 3. And they're pretty. Very pretty. Okay, so we're going to, because we have already stamped it, we're going to fold it this way so I can kind of see where my lines are lining up at to make sure that I'm in the middle. Okay. I didn't want to like fold right through the middle of one of the images. So you can do it the other way if you need to see it for some reason. Okay, crease, open, tear. And those 3 are done. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do these. I'm only going to do one of these because I think you'll get the idea of, well, I'll do 2. I want this stamp because I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it was probably the prettiest one I've ever seen. Well, not the prettiest one I've ever seen, but it serves a purpose that I have in mind, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm going to do it on that. Okay. Ink it. You guys just look at how pretty this thing comes off. Okay. Ignore the fact that I lifted it and totally dropped it, but it still came out pretty. Can I fit one more on there? No. So this is where I was talking about that you may have like 2 different, well, I don't think I actually talked about it. I meant to talk about it. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to talk about it. You can use like 2 different stamps if you need to. If one's, I keep wanting to use these mushrooms actually. They're a little wider. So what about Make-A-Wish? I actually like that. Yeah. So we've got enough room to do another stamp, but it's not the exact same stamp because 2 of those wouldn't fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a different stamp on the other half or the other part of the ticket. It's not even half. It's like less than a half. And like that. And then we cut them apart. I'm going to cut about right here. And then we have this that we're going to round the corners or do the corners. I don't guess it's rounding's the other way. We're not going to mend. We're cutting them out. I don't know what we're doing to them. We're just doing to them. There you go. There's a big ticket. Here's another big ticket. It just gives you some more flexibility on the sizing. And I do prefer to do it in the strips. I will do papers just by them, like a square, like the size of that or something by itself. I mean, any size. I just think it's easier if it's already on. If we're doing them in a row. I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, I think this is easier because now I can just take the same stamp and do the exact same thing that I just did. Yeah. Well, that came out poorly. Let's go ahead and stamp it on this one too. Make sure we get a little more ink in some of those areas. It was probably more of a lack of pressing, but I tend to press really hard on these. I'm not sure you have to do that. I sort of feel like I'm like trying to punch it through the table or something. Like, I really want this thing to stamp. Okay. I am actually going to turn this one this way for that one. See how that looks. I didn't press it all the way down. Okay. We're done with those. Cut them apart. And again, you're just going to eyeball what looks like about the same amount on the side of that. And if you want to trim this one down, you can, to make it a little different shape or size. This one's going to be very much almost a square. And we'll pop our corners. Not my favorite shape for a ticket, I'm not going to lie, but it's kind of cute. And there are times that I actually like to use that shape, that almost squarish one. So it's not a bad thing, just not my usual. But this, you guys, oh, I love that stamp. It's so funny how sometimes like you'll look at something and you think, oh, I'm going to like this, or this the best. And then it's something totally out of the blue that you like the best. That's what's happened here. Okay, we're going to cut that like a tall one. I went a little haywire there. Okay, I'm not sure that that's much better. Come on, woman, there's lines there. Use them. Y'all are probably watching this like, ugh, I wish that woman learned to cut. I tried. I failed kindergarten. Not really, I didn't, but I could have. I thought I was going to. They told me I would because I couldn't spell my name. My parents named me Miranda Lynette. Okay, that is 14 letters. It's a lot. It turned out cute, though. For a kid to learn. And my last name was Wilburn. So that's 21 letters. Most of the other kids in my class had like 14 total letters. Nah, I had the big name. All right, there we go. Okay, now we're going to move into the... we're going to use that stamp still and ticket stamps. And that's the only ones we're going to use now. These. For this, I'm going to take and I want to put this stamp. Will it fit? Yes, barely. Okay. So I'm going to do it first because I particularly wanted it on this paper. And I'm going to have to be very careful because it barely fits across. But it'll be okay. Ooh, guys, I love it. Okay. Then I'm just going to drop down. You can see I'm doing it long ways this time, where we had been going across. But it gives you the same, it's basically the same process. You just have to kind of think of it in different terms when you're pressing it down as to where you're going to cut. And voila, 3 of them. Guys, I absolutely love that stamp. And then, same deal. You're going to fold it and fold it so that it's somewhat in thirds. This can be a tad fiddly to get that fold right, but it's easier than cutting them apart, I think. Make sure that your stamps are all in the right spot. Pop your corners. I will tell you that you're going to want to do you're definitely going to want to do the assembly line approach with these, with the coffee dyed paper, because this stuff is a pain in the butt when it comes to punching these little corners out. It does not like to punch single layers. That is actually how I figured out you could do this and make a long stamp. Okay, I'm going to tear that one a little off from center. It's okay. There's that one. I forgot to crease it. Sorry. And there's that one. Okay. Aren't those pretty? All right. Now we're moving on to just the plain white papers. And we are done with that stamp, so we're going to put it back. And I know that's probably annoying to you that I'm stopping to do that every so often, but I do that because if I don't, I get confused on where they went, and it takes me forever to sort it out. Okay. Not wide enough. What about this? That'll work. We're going to use this one. It says, took it to travel. I used this on a couple of them yesterday. It was kind of a nice stamp. Okay. And we're probably only going to get one, so we're just going to shoot for the middle. Actually, we're going to shoot for this end because I like the coloring on it. We'll flip it this way, though. I want to make sure those dots in that got inked. Just stamp it. Nice. Probably use that one again. All right. Cut your paper down. Cut it better than that. So what's everyone having for dinner tonight? We're having stuffed peppers, meatloaf stuffed peppers. And then I had leftover green beans last night. I fixed a huge pot of them. Did not need them when I got everything else made, so I just saved them for tonight. And I am having leftover macaroni from last night. There you go. Isn't that cute? All right. Let's see. Do we have any more? Ooh, here's a good wide one. Look at how dark that is. That's so cool, guys. I wanted this one, but I don't. Oh, you know what? It's just going to fit. I had to use this block for it. Okay. That one's huge. I'm not going to lie. And it did take me a couple of stampings to get it to ink up good, to figure it out. Just line it up and then press it down. And there you go. Okay, probably not the best choice of papers for that, but it still looks pretty cool. And then you fold it again, just like I showed you the last time, to get your 4 corners. I don't think I explained that, but you literally just fold it into quarters. You don't crease it. You just pinch them together so that you can slide all 4 corners up in there at once. And that way it's layered so it punches neat. I really do like that, guys. That looks like it was in somebody's pocket forever. Okay, I don't think I have enough paper to do that one again, so big enough paper anyways. I'm putting that on upside down. I loved the numbers on this kit. Oh, that would be the problem. Not only was it upside down, it was on the wrong side. I liked this ticket too. So let's see, which one does it fit? It goes on this one. All right, let's grab what fit there. Oh yeah, I should be able to get 2. Yeah, ink it. Ooh, I like that side better. Look at that. I love that, guys. There we go. 2 little tickets. Very cute. And then we're just going to actually fold this one in half-ish. Yeah, about in half right there. And we're going to fold it in half again so that we get 4 layers on each corner and pop it that way. You'll figure out ways to get your layers without making it harder to do. Yeah, like the quickest way possible. Okay. You can see I went a little shallow on that middle because it was kind of close on this side. Okay, and then tear them apart, and there you go. Okay, what else can we get? I think I'm wanting this one. I love how it's got that tear in it. I think that's so cool. If you see me do that, I'm scratching to find those lines so that I know to put it on the other side. It's too big. So we'll put it on here. Okay. Can we fit two? Oh, yeah. This one makes me think when I used to take the kids to the movies. Morgan and his friends up the road. We would go all summer. They had free movies, like every week there'd be a different movie. And I would take the kids every week to see the movies. And we would just get like, popcorn and some pop or something and split it amongst them. They loved it. And I loved taking them. They had so much fun that summer. We did it a couple summers, but that one summer especially, they just all seemed to like it. Their cousins were staying with them for his friends' cousins. So all in all, I had five boys and their girl and a girl cousin, and we'd take them we'd go to the movies one day, the park one day, the library one day, just all kinds of different stuff. That whole summer, I homeschooled his friends. So, and then when their cousins spent the summer with them, they kind of just fell into what we were already doing because we didn't take summers totally off. We just used summers as like independent learning. We have one more pretty good one here. What else? What one have we not used? Let's do this little one and do it across because I like it. It's very cute, dainty. But yeah, the kids had so much fun that year. I did take them to see one movie that was like new out that year or whatever. Was that Max movie about a dog? No, I take that back. We went to see two movies. We went to see Inside Out too. Or also. And that one was kind of funny because me and the girl cousins sat in the front row and the boys sat in the back row. And they were all like, Morgan was like 10. One of the boys was a year older. He was 11. Another of the boys was 10. One was 8 and one was 6. And the girl was 12. So me and the girl are up in the front seat, like in front of them. And the boys are in the back. And in the middle of that movie, it gets to this like really emotional part. And me and her's just up there just like bawling our eyes out and not even thinking twice about it. Man, we're just crying like crazy. And all of a sudden you start hearing sniffling from the back. And when the movie's over and we go to see, there's what I'm talking about. I forgot to layer it and it won't punch. I'm going to have to poke that out. But when we went to get him, every single boy back there was just literally bawling his eyes out. Red eyes everywhere. I was like, y'all are killing me. So you're going to have to fold it. I was trying not to because that is so tiny. But yeah, it was funny because they were all just bawling. And so were we. So everybody had to go in the bathroom and like wipe their faces. And basically everybody that was in the movie that day did because the bathrooms were full. All right, there's that. That is so cute, you guys. Okay, that's the last one we're going to do because that's pretty much it. You guys see the process. You see how cool these stamps are. And you saw how good the paper was, too, for this project. I would highly recommend that if you have rectangle scraps, especially long strip scraps, that you set aside time and do this. You don't have to use stamps. If you have stickers, you can put stickers on instead. I just happen to have stamps. I love the look of rubber stamps, and I don't like to stamp on my papers, like in my journals, because I'm always afraid it's going to bleed through. So this is a good way to use them in a way that's not going to possibly damage another page or something. And daggum, it's cute. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, so I'm going to finish punching this. While I do, I just want to remind y'all that Jesus loves you so very much. He died for you. And y'all, I know sometimes some of y'all don't like when I talk about him, but he defines who I am. And seriously, if no one sees anything else about me or ever says anything else, the one thing I want them to know or to say about me, and the highest compliment anyone has ever given me, is I see Christ in you. And that is what I always hope people see. And I hope that I'm always pointing you to him, because without him, I know what it was like, okay? I came from a completely pagan background, okay? My parents were into witchcraft and my dad into science, okay? And I come from that background. I know that background like the back of my hands. And I know what Jesus has saved me from. So to me, it's something that I am very passionate about. And I know that, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but the thing is, if what I believe is true, I know where you all are headed if you're not saved. And that breaks my heart. It really does. It makes me weep, because the eternity that you face is not one that I would wish on anyone, not even my worst enemy. So bear with me, guys. Every now and then, if it's not your thing, just skip the part of the video where I start, okay? Because I love y'all, and I want to spend eternity with yins, okay? I do. I want to have a big old crafting fest up there in glory, because it's going to be awesome, man. Talk about some good supplies. And our aim will be better, and I won't do those like weird jacked up sideways things. I won't make blueberries like this, but putting my stamp on, hopefully. I might still be the same goofy klutz that I've always been. Who knows? But I do know that it's going to be eternity bringing glory to Christ. And I know what he saved me from, and that's all I ever want to do. So if you all have not trusted that Jesus Christ, who is God in the flesh, who lived 33 years on this earth, a perfect sinless life, to pay the debt that you owe, because you are a sinful being. We all are, man. Believe me, I am. Or was. I'm not anymore, because I have Christ's perfection. But because I understand this, I want you all to know that he died for your sins. He paid the price you can never pay. He did what you can never do, because he's God. And because he loves you that much. And then he rose again the third day for your justification before God the Father. Think about that, y'all. He died. He shed every drop of his precious blood to save you. Then he went to hell and paid the price for you there. The suffering, the agony, the torment. All that entails. Because he loves you that much. All he's asking is believe that he did it. Just believe him. Just trust him. That's it. You don't have to get right. You don't have to stop doing all the things you're doing to get saved. He does that after you get saved. He cleans you up. And then from then on, when God looks at you, God doesn't see the jacked up hot mess you might be in that moment. The jacked up hot mess you were before. What he sees is the perfection you are in Christ. The new creature you are in Christ Jesus. Think about that for a minute. Being a new creature. You go from being the blueberry over here to something like this. Perfection. From the messed up, hot mess to this. Now that's, only Jesus can do that for you guys, okay? And so that's why I talk about him all the time. That's why I do beseech you to consider trusting him. And if you do, please let me know in the comments. Let me know so I can be praying for you. I'm praying for every single one of y'all anyways. Because if you're saved, I'm praying that you come to a knowledge of the truth and that you walk in who Christ has made you and let your light shine for the world so that you can tell others about him and what he has done for you. If you're not saved, I pray that you trust him today and get saved and then get started doing what he's got for you to do. Because believe me, we need more people out there doing what he needs us to do. We need to be telling people about him. Okay. So I'm going to stop about that for now, but you know it's coming again sometime down the road. I won't apologize for it, really. I mean, because he is who I am, and I love talking about him. I love telling y'all about him. And those of you that are saved, you get it. And those of you that aren't, Well, I'm hoping that you do. I'm hoping that maybe even if you don't get it right now, that this conversation kicks in a few minutes down the road. So you guys have an absolutely awesome Friday. Have a great weekend. Know that I love you, and we will chat soon, okay? Grace and peace. Bye-bye, guys. Oh.